Black man, remember who you are. Before the world ever called Africa poor, the world came to Africa for civilization, knowledge, and of course, wisdom. The tragedy of our time is not that Africa lacks greatness. The tragedy of our time is that many Africans have been taught to forget who they are. Today, the black man fears his own brother and distrusts his own continent, and sometimes hates the very soil that gave birth to him. This is the deepest wound of colonization, not the loss of land, but the loss of memory. The chains never disappeared, they became invisible. They live in the borderlines that divide brother from brother. They live in the systems that reward dependency instead of dignity. They live in the mind that believes that Africa must be led from somewhere. And so, the greatest weapon ever used on Africans was never the gun, but division. Division of tribe, division of nation, division of the mind. But history already warned us. Voices like Kwame Nkrumah, Marcus Garvey, and Thomas Sankara declared that the greatest battle for Africa would be fought in the minds of Africans. To every militia, every young man holding a gun on African soil, this message is for you. Look carefully at the war you are fighting. The man you are ordered to kill is just like you. He speaks a language close to yours. He carries the same history, the same wounds, and the same ancestors. Yet somehow you were convinced that he is the enemy. But ask yourself one honest question. Who truly benefits when Africans kill Africans? Is it the mother who buries her son? Is it the village that loses its future? Is it the children who grow up without fathers? Or the unseen hands that never appear at the battlefield, yet the biggest beneficiaries of the chaos? Africa is not just a continent, it's the cradle of humanity and the heartbeat of the earth. When Africa suffers, the world loses balance. When Africa rises, humanity rises with her. And so, Africa bleeds from wounds inflicted by her own sons, while those who benefit from the chaos remain far away, unseen and untouched. But I say this with conviction. Africa is not sleeping, Africa is waking. A generation is rising that refuses to inherit fear. A generation that refuses to hate its own identity. A generation that refuses to be divided by the lines drawn in distant rooms. And when the African mind awakens, the invisible chain eventually disappears. For centuries, deceptions have covered the truth. Narratives were written to make Africa appear small so that the world would never fear the power that lies within her children. But truth has a strange power. It cannot be buried forever. And when Africa finally stands free, truly free from the mind, from the spirit, and from destiny, the world itself will begin to heal. And so, let this be a call that echoes across the earth. Yet this message is not only for Africans, it is also for the world that still searches for stability and truth. Because the truth many fail to see is this: the world will never stable while Africa remains wounded. Africa, remember who you are, because the freedom of Africans is not only Africa's hope, it is humanity.